And so today we are once more glad to be here, welcoming you back on the Abba Organic Farm Liberia's Farmers Union live broadcast. And today your host is Madam Abba A. Anderson, and I'm glad to be here once more, bringing you great news of information, education, and inspiration. If today is your first time joining us live, we want to welcome you wholeheartedly and we want you to be a part of the life changing and transformational vehicle of life worldwide. Listening to us in different countries, we also want to recognize different countries and different continents on tonight's edition. So, wherever you're watching us from, we want to say good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time. So, again, we want you to kind of fasten your seatbelts as we ride around the world visiting different areas of agriculture and what can we do as a body of agriculture? How can we be able to respond rapidly to the growing needs of food production? And how can our farmers become more independent and effective in their farming field? Tonight, it is another night. So again, watching me from England, United Kingdom, I'm glad to be your presenter, fasten those seatbelts. If you'd like to be a part of the show, our contact details are directly on our screen, giving you complete access to our WhatsApp, that which we can be able to connect you live. And maybe you have something, you can also write comments. Your comments are very valued and respected. Again, we say thank you for this edition of the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union.
Fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, there's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For our live educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Let's just share them and then get them to me. Okay, so again, it is a pleasure being back on this unique broadcast of the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. Listening me from any part of the world, we want to welcome you on this edition. It is a pleasure being back again, and also it's very inspirational to be back seated and be connected to you in your different locations. Tonight we should have been connected in Bone County, but due to some technical issues, we are not connected. But despite the different situation that is then faced, we want to also encourage and inspire upcoming farmers. And using this platform, we want to also encourage more educational, farming activities for the year 2024. So this program is actually is exclusively directed to farming organizations, individuals, community dwellers, as well as nationwide. Because we understand that in the given situations where countries have been targeted by poverty and that many countries are now faced with famine, we believe that agriculture is the direct response positively to dealing with the growing demands of food productivity as well as education in farming production. Our headquarters is now based in Liberia, Republic of Liberia, Monrovia, especially. If you maybe want to have more knowledge about our background, we also have our office in the United Kingdom. But more especially, we are advancing and taking this to another level, including different countries, especially when it comes to Africa. We are focused on Africa and Asia and the rest of the world. Why we think this is unique, especially this time, we understand that population is growing. And it's not growing by weeks, but it's growing by minutes. And all those babies and adults do need food. But how can the world be able to cope with what to feed our various families, friends, and loved ones? This is why we decided to invest our time in agriculture, understanding the dynamic of why agriculture is quite important for our livelihood, our productivity, our development on every side. Why will agriculture stand tall in the midst of all other sectors? Why are we, in fact, interested in agriculture? This is the background of why we stand here. We are here to tell the world that we understand that every hour, someone somewhere do need food. And every minute that comes, there is a need for more food production. In order to have all of those words or all of those needs answered, agriculture remains the primary goal of the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, where we are digging and trying our best to respond to why we must go back to the soil. Why are we still struggling and blinded in the hands of poverty? Why must we be able to gravitate to agriculture? This is the platform that answers all of those questions. And as years goes by, countries after countries are becoming to understand the power that agriculture holds. Until a country can actually get agriculture right, every other thing remains subject to change. The real truth of change remains agriculture being the primary goal of investment. Why other countries are struggling? It's because they have not set agriculture right. Unless we can understand that agriculture is one of the first primary goal of any change, both in financial, economy wise, development wise, and human race. Agriculture answers it all. And so we are now connecting the word together using agriculture as the way of getting out of poverty. We are now using agriculture as the tools that rapidly respond to poverty in a positive way. Agriculture now become the area where even job creativity are formed. Agriculture becoming the tools that change every sector. As we said, minute after minute, more and more people need food, and it's indeed the reality. As we work in different countries, whether it's 8 hours or 7 hours or whatever the hours are, we still do need food. And wherever we find food, we must be able to spend. And this is why we are encouraging leaderships around the world to invest into agriculture because it is where we can be able to build economy. It is where we can be able to create jobs opportunity. It is where we can be able to strengthen our economy. And it is where we can be able to find answers to drugs, health conditions, and many more. Before we proceed, I would like to welcome on board our professor here with us and also our country director, whom will be
Yeah,
introducing
hello.
themselves. And afterward, we will continue. So again, I like to say welcome, Professor, on the Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union Live.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be a part of the show, participate to spreading out the information on agriculture to learn a breadth of Liberia and the world at large. I hope
Thank you so
that
much, Professor. Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Professor. That was our professor there of the UL, so the University of Liberia, the professor from the University of Liberia. He's here to broadcast what we have been talking about when we talk about agriculture. And he's heavily involved into agriculture. And he will be giving us more light on why we should be thinking about agriculture at this point in time and why must we as a body be able to invest? Why must we be talking to our leadership to find a need to invest in agriculture? But before we proceed, we also join. Oh, okay, the line have just dropped. So obviously he might come back, our country director. But the line in Africa, especially in Liberia, is unstable. Sometimes networks go off and on. But however, whenever he's around, we will be able to connect him. So again, we'd like to welcome you back, Professor, on this edition.
Thank you for the invitation. As I said, I'm glad to be part of the show. And I hope that as we go through discussions, those that are listening to us will take agriculture serious and that we all will make proper investment into this very important area of life and change the situation of people life as we all indulge into agricultural activities.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Professor.
Um,
Thank you. Thank you. Again, also, we are joined by our country director. Country director, if you are hearing us, please introduce yourself to the world. Your phone is muted.
Thank you very much. I first
Really?
appeal
What's the phone?
for the background.
The WhatsApp.
You get me?
Yes.
Hello?
Y- Yeah, we can get you. We're getting you. It's just like there is a background noise, but we are getting you.
Yeah, yeah, we don't have actual control over it, right? Right, bike uh, at my yard. Somebody graduating in another yard. You know, we don't have control over it. Liberia, they just put the radio on live, and there's no control. But however, I take this time to welcome the public. I'm James M. Sumo Jr., the country director for Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union in Monrovia. We take this time to welcome you all to this life-changing platform. For this platform, we discuss agriculture, the importance of agriculture to our life and to the public. I, I urge you all to follow us. Follow our page. You will see the kind of what we do, and you will also like our page also because it's actually agriculture connected. Uh, Thanks to you once again. You guys are welcome on this life changing platform. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Director. And it's been wonderful getting you both on this edition. And so today we really wanted to be connected with our people back home in Bone County, but due to some connectivities, issues, we have not been able to connect them. But as we progress, our headquarters remains in Liberia for now, and we are looking to expand in different African countries as well as the rest of the world. And so, where our headquarters is where we want to begin our topic from. Knowing the fact that Liberia is one of the oldest republic, and until today, we are still struggling in terms of creating the environment where our food can be produced by ourselves, or the environment where our farmers can be able to access quality information about agricultural training programs, as well as support for farming activities within the region of Africa, West Africa, Liberia, especially. Today, we are here once more discussing one of the greatest challenges that we have faced as farmers worldwide, most especially in Liberia, like I said. Many of the time, we realize that there are more farmers in Liberia than other sectors. But yet, we are still living on 10% or 20%, if I may be a bit precise, around 20% of our food produced in Liberia are consumed by Liberians. The rest of the food are actually bought in by different distributors whom have caused a lot of challenge to farming activities in Liberia, whom have led to so many questions being unanswered by our community leaderships and our head leadership. Why are we still receiving at least 80% of our food produced outside of the country, while we have 65% of the population heavily involved in agriculture? How can we be able to melt the deficiencies? How can we be able to balance the equipment? I mean, equation to help farmers continue to embark into farming activities, as well as to encourage the nation, the people, the society to be able to gravitate to eating their own homegrown food. They have come to our attention on series of occasions where farmers have labored for months and yet their products are perished right in their physical faces, where their labor has been gone to drain because of the importation of food production from different countries into the nation. How can we be able to face in the challenge of the future if we cannot be able right now to turn the table around? So we are now using this platform as an educational platform to mold the mindset of our leadership, our community dwellers, the nation, and then other nations around the world to understand that this is not helping developing countries. These are the ways that we need to now focus on how farmers can be able to unite with the society, and actually how can society respond to farming in a positive way. We are not here to to describe the differences, but we are here to build that bridge that have led importation above production, that bridge that have cut the delivery of homegrown food on our different market shares. Instead, importation becomes the source of our income. How can we be able to strengthen that aspect? So, directors, I just want to bring this to you, and maybe you will have something to add on that. But before we will go on, we have our professor. Professor, how you think we can be able to handle this? Because as farmers begin to farm 2024, they are still asking questions. How can their produce be consumed by our people back home? Because many of the time, the challenge is not to start farming, but the actual challenge is to how they can be able to earn from what they have labored for. How do you think we can be able to help sort this out?
Thank you very much for this very important topic. Um, Actually, you have said it right. We have a large population of our country engaged in agriculture, yet productivity is very low. We are not supplying the needed products to offset the need of the market. And all is because, in my mind, a lot of attention has been paid to agriculture. We pay attention to other things, but supporting agriculture is not then really to the point at which it will high productivity. The Maputo Accord called for 10% of the nation's budget to be directed to agriculture, but for Liberia and other African countries, it is the reverse. Very small percentage of the budget is allocated to agriculture. And so if we want agriculture to boom, then we got to follow the Maputo Accord and support agriculture. It is through this that we'll be able to encourage our farmers because the farmers cannot work when there's no support. In other countries, agriculture, there's subsidy given to farmers. But here the farmers have to struggle, and even when they produce to get it to the markets, that trouble. And so they need the support. We need markets for the people that produce. And so I want to say emphatically, as the dean of the agricultural college, we have several graduates of the college. Even right now, we are carrying on some production activity at the college, and we have organized ourselves into a group called the veteran community. We have several graduates who have organized ourselves into a veteran group, and then we are standing by to render as much support to the agricultural sector in Liberia, but we gotta be supported first. And if
Mhm.
we are supported, we have our graduates, they are scientists in several areas of agriculture. And so if we are well supported, we will be able to help the farmers out there who don't have the requisite knowledge in carrying on agricultural productivity. But where is the support coming from? So I think only the government at this time can initiate, and of course, other international and national partners can come in to pay attention to agriculture. Because if we don't pay attention to agriculture, we continue to input. And as I've always said, time will come that other countries they will become insupportive of our activities to send food to Liberia. And when that happens, it will be terrible. So it is time, while we still have the ability and the strength, we should set a foundation to support agriculture to the letter so that we will be able to stand on our own. Without food, definitely there will be problem. Besides that, in Liberia, the food that we produce is almost organic, nearly organic, because all of the areas in the Leeward counties, these people don't use so many chemicals. Our crops that we produce are almost all organic. So if we support the farmers, we have better lives than to depend on things that come from other countries that they use so many chemicals and hormones and things to boost the growth of these things. So I join you in this public manner to appeal to government, to national and international partners to support agriculture in Liberia. And then the difference will be seen in the shortest possible time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor. That's so wonderful and it is educative. And now we will be joined to hear from our country director on the same topic. Country director, what is your tip on that topic of how we can be able to strengthen the productivities and to create that awareness where the consumers will be able to eat from their farms as well as how can we promote agricultural activities in Liberia.
Yes, thank you very much for this topic, CEO. Uh, First of all, we look at decentralizing agriculture sectors. That is carrying the agriculture back to the people, to the poor people by giving them some, empowering them with uh, financial support that they will be able to grow their own crops. I think that's one of the best things because access to finance in Liberia by our smallholder farmers are been so difficult, and which of course agriculture you cannot actually avoid production uh, without cash. Money is the backbone to farming, and then supporting also the farmers with extension services. I think our father just said it, Professor CB. There are a lot of graduates in Liberia that are committed and and have that passion to help the Liberians, to help the agricultural sectors to boom. But then now, there have been no support. There have been less care paid to them. So how we did actually run up their services to improve the agricultural sectors. It had been it had actually been the difficult questions to answer. But however, our farmers are still committed and waiting, but then now it left with central government and other international donors that are willing to actually invest in agricultural sectors to empower our farmers with equipment and catch that they will be able to produce. And not just also forgetting about creating a market system that will also help, because even up to now, we observe that in Liberia, with the limited food we produce, but many of those food are wastes on a daily basis because no market. When a farmer take their produce from the farm, they only have one market system like Liberia red light, either red light or Douala. And then when it comes there with no buyer, all get rotten, all get spoiled, which cause them to actually depreciate in production because there have been no motivation. There have been no motivation. So we have seen central government should be able to prioritize the agricultural sector. That's the only way that we can get rid of poverty in Liberia. That's the only way this country can develop. Because if the farmers stay on their farm and they produce what they produce and they get the result, they will always be happy to produce. And secondly, adding value to those products that they are producing is one of the things. What happened in Liberia today? There is there have been limited jobs in the country because we cannot add value to what we produce. But if we adding value, if you have an industry here that you manufacture the organic products that farmers use, you will be able to create more jobs because there will be other people, just engineer, that will be there working on those machines. And in that light, there will also be means of accounting that will be taking the daily activities. And also, there will also be a vacancy there for the health sector to be able to treat. So, agriculture is just a whole lot. Agriculture is the gateway to poverty. We're trying to recommend this to those in the diasporas and our central government that we cannot develop or we will not develop our agriculture. We have to prioritize this sector. We have to pay more attention to our farmers. We have to go back in the bush and motivate our farmers to produce more and also be able to sensitize them that they will be able to eat what they produce. Because I one of the things, both of our people produce a very healthy food, but sometimes they say, oh, they don't eat some. And one of the things Liberia, we don't eat vegetable. We have this one diet system, which I will throw a little light on. One diet system will not be able to give us the kind of nutrition the body needs. So we have to diversify our diets. When you eat rice, at least you should have the time to eat a little pawpaw and then even a corn, a bit. Okay, but then when you mix them up with the quick common, it will help you up to balance your diet. But if you eat rice in the morning, you eat rice in the afternoon, you eat rice in the night, you have not eaten anything. You have not. That is, the body don't need such amount of starch or carbohydrate. You have to control it. So when you put that together, then the body will be able to respond to a good health. So we are also providing this education because we need our local people to practice it. Eat those small cucumber that you produce. Eat some of them, and also don't. You should also eat the corn. Okay, but the way in which we eat corn, not how. When you're ready to eat corn, that rose, many come and instead and eat. No, you should be able to eat it at the diet need, at the body request for it. Then in that life you will get the nutrition value or the amount of nutrition that the body need. You'll be able to supply the body with it, and you will always keep healthy and keep strong to do your work. Yeah, thank you very much. All of our followers and all those that are listening to us, this is Agriculture Connected Program. We urge you to continue to follow us to listen to Upper Organic Farm. There are more agricultural activities, agricultural talks, agricultural dialogue will come on and we will need your comments to improve. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you right there. I was country director, and we are glad to be listening to you right now. And I believe the word is listening to all of our followers in different countries. We encourage you to be a part. We do not believe that agriculture is only limited in Liberia. We are just starting within Liberia, but we're hoping to expand in different countries. We have partners in all walks of life. We include you here because we know there are numerous of conditions that farmers are struggling with within your area. So wherever you find yourself, hopefully enjoying this topic and want to contribute, our lines are open. That is our WhatsApp number on screen. You can be able to call us directly and you can contribute, or else you can just write your text, which will be read loud. And also, we can hopefully respond to you after or during the program. Again, I like to sit back here and fasten my seatbelt as I bring you more details about what's happening. What are some of the issues that are unfolding within West Africa, especially in Liberia, where our headquarters is based. As we have heard directly about deep challenges that farmers are faced with, we still believe that there should be a growing educational area where farmers will be well educated. I believe that there have been delays in education, and because of that, it have led to us having the performance we have. I also do believe that our leadership needs to be aware of the challenge that we farmers are faced with. Because unless those issues are dealt with profoundly, we will be in the same circle of poverty. The root of poverty, the root of our economy being shrunk in, is the ability of us gravitating towards the true cause of it. We must be able to look at or respond to agriculture. In terms of dealing with job creation, agriculture is standing right there, where we can build skills for both the elderly as well as the young generation. We now can be able to attest that the youth in Liberia, especially, is out of job. One in every three, or one in every five has a job, and not a permanent job, but a very, very unreliable job. And that is one of the areas where poverty is taking over the nation. And we hope that the new leadership, His Excellency, President Wakai, will be listening to us today. We hope that the leadership will understand that the cost, please mute okay. The cause of change in Liberia is because people were tired of what was happening. And now the eyes are waiting. They are waiting anxiously to see a reform, a transformation in their lives. They are actually waiting to see that the country starts to walk on the right path. And all of those are equipped in agriculture. We must now, as we approach the 6th month as we are about to leave the 6th month of the year, the condition of Liberia still remains that agriculture has not yet been dealt with. And we hope that the government, international community, and other donor partners will get involved to support, to strengthen, and to rebuild the nation. As we constantly see the price rise of our basic commodities worldwide, that rings for us a bell. In an oil developed country with one of the most challenging economies, we believe that if we can now be able to have the right support to create that job, that educational skills that is needed for food production, we will not just be building a nation, but we will be building an economy that will answer to all of the different sectors. That is why we have now come back after few months, because we felt within those few months we need to give the government chance to be able to deploy her strategy in building the economy. But yet, it's not too late. We have just come to remind the leadership that there is a need, and desperate need now. We must be able to understand that poverty can be kicked out of Liberia if only we do the right thing and invest in the right area. And as it goes, we are yet to see direct investment in agriculture. As we have hit the budget tells us the interest of development. And the very next Sunday, when I'm coming back here, I'm coming back with the budget. Whom will be able to answer whether we as farmers in Liberia are going to be liberated gradually, or we are at a standstill. Because the budget should be able to tell us that investment is now within agriculture. So therefore, farmers will have the right tools, the right support, and the right skills. Because we must all contribute towards the development of Liberia and its economy. And we believe that the opportunity should be given to all. In this light, we are stuck with thousands of farmers whom are yet to have experienced change. We are yet with the thousands whom are unable to be precisely here tonight, but have given us their voices, whom we are sending on to bring to you this plan. We hope that there will be a storage facility to enhance not only the production, but the lifespan of their products very soon. We also hope that the skills, the right skills, will be introduced very soon. And we hope that our government will see the need to work along with us, that we all can be able to contribute. But as we are here right now, it is with growing demand from the local farmers that have asked us times with our number, where are we heading to now? Our questions still remain unanswered, and we believe that this is a must. We believe that having to sit with distributors and importers does not in any way answer our question of how can we get out of poverty. We do believe that the right answer is to generate the power and allow the farmers to grow their food and support the farming activities. Because we believe that Liberia can not only feed herself, but can feed other nations. We want to transform the notion of importation into exportation. We want to be able to export our food to the world. We want to be able to empower our farmers. And this is why we are here tonight. And I want you that are in Nigeria, in Sierra Leone, in Senegal, in South Africa, in Benin, just name it, in the rest of the world, watching us today. I want you to be a part. Maybe your farmers there in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, in Algeria, in the rest of the world are experiencing similar conditions. We want to be able to hear from you. Please do not keep silent. We believe that connecting the workforce will revolutionize our world and be able to strengthen our food productivities. The cost of living is so hard around the world. Even with developed countries. So if we are working towards changing the narrative, we must be able to respond to that through the means of developing our farmers' mindset and supporting them to the fullest. So on behalf of the Abba Organic Farm, we like to plead to our leadership to come and listen to our programs, hearing from the farmers themselves and following the different interviews that would be able to give the actual understanding of what they are faced with and actually building strategies that will help change their lives. On this platform, we will be introducing our first online training program, and that information will be shared here. So we encourage you to always follow this program, because very soon we will be encouraging you as a farmer or someone who have not yet farmed but has interest to get along. It's not late. Education is not a waste. Joining the skill training program of agriculture will help you produce your own food and help you take control of your income. So we say thank you again. Just before we will be closing, we will go back to our professor, who will be giving us his parting statement. And then from there, we will be joined by our country director and then before we close. Back to you, Professor. Welcome back. Please give us your parting statement. Hello, Professor, you hearing me? Hello, Professor, you hearing me? Okay,
Yeah,
Country Director, you can please come in. I think Professor network is going in and out.
okay, yes, that's so great. Thank you very much again. Uh, we just want to make this very simple to all of our listeners. Um, you see now the problem in Liberia in our country is our attention to our people. And when you want to prioritize our people, then prioritize the agricultural sectors because they where they are, and it's their own work. One, they are getting the full support. Few years from now, Liberia be will actually take the lead within the importation and also exportations of raw materials, raw agricultural products. Because if the farmers have money, they'll be able to import those equipment and also export the agricultural products. And once they are interacting on a daily basis with the agricultural markets, interacting with the international market through agricultural transaction, you will see that our entire economies will be stable. Because there'll be that exchange of foreign notes in the country. And then our farmers will have the financial strength to even engage in plantational farming. So we are saying to stop all this poverty, sickness, malnutrition. I think prioritizing the agricultural sector is the great solution to all of those things that we're discussing here today.
The network is very poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, engaging in
So,
agriculture in a
however,
country.
so the parting statement, I want to thank you so much for fostering the great cause, and I hope our leaders and our partners are listening carefully to see what assistance they can give and what role they can play in this kind of endeavor. So I want to encourage you not to give up, continue your work, and I know for sure one day good will come out of all of these endeavors. And I want to thank the director for being working closely with you. We are all standing by to give the necessary support.
Thank you, thank you so much, Professor. And it's been wonderful having you on tonight edition. And we're looking forward to seeing you next Sunday. But it has been very educative having you on tonight edition. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's back to you, our country director.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, so as I was saying, uh, prioritizing the agriculture, more especially uh, commercial agriculture that will allow our farmers to add value to their products. it will actually be a gateway to development. And we are taking this time to extend this communication to stakeholders, to our central government, and to donors in the diaspora that the development of our country depends on agriculture. It's centered around agriculture. Agriculture will solve all of our problems. Agriculture will give us the broad knowledge and the way forward to move our country to the next level. Thank you very much, CEO, for giving me this opportunity to talk to our people, to talk to our listeners, to talk to the central government. Thank you. And I urge us to be here again on this great platform to discuss the in-depth of agriculture to our life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And that was our country director giving us insight and educational background of the agricultural sector in Liberia. You are joined by your host, Madam Ava A. Anderson. And tonight we have joined together to say thank you for watching, sharing, and being a part of this unique broadcast. We will be here each Sunday as of today's date, every Sunday at 6:30 Liberia's time. And so we will be bringing you more insight of different countries and how are they dealing with agriculture, what are some of the methods they are using, and how can we be able to adapt those methods as well to help us develop agriculture in a unique way. And I'm glad to be your presenter, and I will be here with you every Sunday, 6:30 Liberian time. And please watch us. We will be posting our daily topic before the program, so you know what we're going to discuss, and you too can be a contributor about the entire program. And it's again, like I say, I'm so glad I've been missing you all. It's been a while. I've not come out to be able to present to you our lovely, lovely show. But it is because we were preparing to come back and come back for good. So please join me next Sunday on this platform. Share, like, and comment. God bless you and have a profound week as you go on this entire week. We be here and meet you here and be a part of us. Be a game changer of your generation. God bless you. Have a profound week. Bye bye.
Fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, there's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of ABBA, Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For our life educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Moment